2.5 million years ago, our story began. Not in cities or villages, but in the wild heart of Africa, where survival was the only law. Early humans discovered their greatest advantage, the ability to shape stone into tools. These simple hand axes would change everything. They moved in small bands, never more than 30 or 40 individuals. Every face was family, every person essential to survival. Reading the land was a matter of life and death. A broken twig, a footprint, the flight of birds, each told a story. Unlike faster predators, humans had endurance. They could chase prey for hours under the scorching sun until exhaustion claimed their quarry. Then came fire, the discovery that would separate us from every other species. Warmth, protection, and cooked food in one transformative flame. Around these fires, something remarkable happened. Stories were shared, knowledge passed down, and human culture was born. Women and children were expert gatherers, providing up to 70% of the group's calories from plants, nuts, and insects.
Yes, put them in the basket.
Their homes were temporary, built from what nature provided. When resources depleted, they moved on, leaving barely a trace. Deep in caves, they left their mark. These weren't just paintings. They were records, rituals, and proof that humans could create beauty. Childhood was both harsh and precious. Children learned by watching, imitating, and playing, preparing for the challenges ahead.
We brought it down just as the sun set behind the mountain.
Tools evolved with ingenuity. Bone, antler, and eventually composite weapons made humans the most formidable hunters on Earth. They buried their dead with care, placing flowers and tools in graves. They understood loss and perhaps hoped for something beyond. Following the seasons and the herds, they walked thousands of miles. Migration wasn't a choice. It was their way of life. Death lurked everywhere. Saber-toothed cats, giant bears, and hostile bands of other humans made every day uncertain. They learned which plants healed and which killed. This knowledge, carefully guarded and shared, saved countless lives. Ritual and ceremony bound communities together. Dance, song, and shared beliefs created meaning in a harsh world. As humans migrated north, they adapted. Animal skins became clothing, needles crafted from bone-stitched warmth against the Ice Age cold. The Ice Age brought new challenges and new prey. Hunting a mammoth could feed a group for months if they survived the attempt. In frozen lands, they built more permanent shelters, sometimes using mammoth bones themselves as framework against the brutal winds. Language evolved from gestures and simple sounds into complex speech. With words came the ability to plan, dream, and coordinate.
That is it. Keep the rhythm.
Elders were living libraries. Their accumulated wisdom about weather patterns, animal behavior, and survival techniques was invaluable.
Yes, good. That is how we make the sharp edge.
Some wolves ventured close to human camps for scraps. Over generations, this partnership would create humanity's first ally, the dog. We weren't alone. Neanderthals, Denisovans, and others shared this world. They were strong, intelligent, and for a time our neighbors.
Fair exchange. The knife is strong.
When groups
Thank you.
met, they didn't always
May the hunt be
fight.
plentiful.
They traded shells, tools, and knowledge, weaving a network across vast
Trade this
distances.
axe for your largest hide.
Berries here, fresh today.
Music predates history. Bone flutes and rhythmic drumming united groups in shared emotion, celebration, and mourning.
Eat this, it is good
Childbirth
for you,
was perilous,
Thank
but
you,
communities rallied around mothers. The survival of one meant the survival of all. They watched the stars, tracked the moon, and understood the seasons. The sky was their calendar, their compass, their connection to the cosmos.
Through the darkness.
Beads, shells, and pigments weren't just decoration. They signaled identity, status, and belonging, the first fashion statements.
Very nice.
Territory and resources sparked conflict. Violence was real, but so was cooperation. Survival often depended on choosing wisely. Then, around 12,000 years ago, everything changed. Someone planted a seed intentionally, and the agricultural revolution began. No longer wanderers, humans built permanent homes. Villages appeared, then towns. The nomadic life was ending. Animals once hunted became livestock, sheep, goats, and cattle. Domestication gave humanity unprecedented control over food. With reliable food came population growth. Communities swelled from dozens to hundreds, then thousands. Civilization was emerging. In just a few thousand years, humans transformed from nomadic hunters into farmers, builders, and city dwellers. Their DNA flows in our veins. Their resilience, creativity, and spirit shaped who we are today. We've built skyscrapers and spacecraft, but we're still those same problem solvers who once crafted stone tools by firelight. This is our inheritance. Millions of years of survival, adaptation, and hope.